Hello and welcome everybody to the third video of my tutorial series on the AUTODRIVE mod. And in this video I want to show you how to use the unload combine mode in the AUTODRIVE mod. And for this I have already prepared some drivers here, and I'm going to show you how to set them up. Okay, so for starters, again, to show the AUTODRIVE HUD, press left alt numpad 0. There you go. Now here I have already selected field 8 as a target because we are currently working on field 8, and this is important so that the combine calls the correct driver. So this field 8 here is the target where this driver is currently located at. I'm going to show you this. Okay, now we can just enable a standard giant helper. Okay. And now this here is the driver, and again I open the HUD here and you can see that it's going for field 8 and he should deliver the goods at the restaurant, and he's in the unload combine mode over here. And the current status is also displayed here, wait for combine, which means he's going to wait to be called by the combine here, and this is happening when this combine is at 100% and the pipe is extended. Okay, so I don't want you to wait here for this to reach 100%. I have another driver available. So let's just go there. So over here, and this is field 4. And I have this set to field 4 south. I'm just going to hire a driver here. Okay, so the driver is hired, the pipe is extended, and he's at 100%, so he's ready to call the driver. And now I'm going to switch to this one. This should be the driver for the unload, to unload the combine here at field 4. So I have this point, field 4 south. It's supposed to deliver again at the restaurant. And now I'm going to enable AUTODRIVE. And he's now going to field 4 south. And he's already switched to drive to combine because this combine already called him. And now he's trying to find a way to avoid the fruit as much as possible, avoid any collisions, and then he's going to unload the combine over there. Okay, let's just see how he finds his way over there. So this sometimes looks a bit, not very linear the way he's driving here. It's because he's dividing all this into cells and he's checking every cell for if there's any fruit or any other collisions or any other vehicle or trees or anything in there, and he's only selecting 3 cells as possible driving paths. So this is why you always see this anchored driving style here. So now he's trying to find a way to reach the pipe from the perfect angle, so from right behind it. So this was the last waypoint, and now he's going to head to the pipe. And now, as I said, he's trying to avoid the fruit as much as possible, but he's allowed to drive into the fruit when the pipe is inside the fruit. Okay, now again, if you open the settings menu, so left control, left alt, numpad 0, you have a setting here to select park and field. So I have currently selected park and field, and the tip here is after unloading the combine, if not parked in fruit. So if he's not parked in the fruit, he would just stay in the field and wait for the driver to call him again. But since he's in the fruit, he will always have to return to the starting positions. So he's going to wait a few seconds here after the unloading procedure for the combine to drive away. And then he's going to switch status and he's going to say parking. And now he's calculated away back to the starting position, and he's going to park there and wait for the combine to drive him again and call him again. So let's look for the other vehicles here that we have active. So this one is already set up here. It's on field 7, combine mode, target restaurant, and status wait for combine. So this is the combine. He also has field 7. So let's start him up. He's at 85%, so this should be happening soon. Then we have another driver here on field 6. Again, this is also field 6 enabled here. And be careful, you should not activate auto drive, just select the same target here on the combine. Okay, just hire standard giant helper again. This one takes some time. He's still waiting for the combine. He's also waiting for the combine here on field 6. And in the meantime, he has almost reached the parking position again. So, as I said, he's going back to field 4 south. And, okay, let's just wait a second here. Parking and status change to wait for combine, which means again, he's waiting to be called by the combine driver. Then there are 2 more settings here. So there's a setting find driver, search for close by drivers and ignore the destinations. So if this is set to true, any combine would just search for drivers close by in a range of 300 meters and select this. But if you, for example, look over here, this could happen that this combine would call both drivers, or he's obviously only calling one, but you don't know which one. He's going to just call the closest, and if you want to make sure that they are only calling the ones assigned to a special field, then you should choose here find driver no, and then they will only choose the drivers which have the same destination. I hope this is clear. So again here, next to the pipe, he's allowed to drive into the fruit, and otherwise he will not be allowed to drive into the fruit. Then there's a third setting, the unload fill level. So the explanation here, after unloading a combine, directly go to deliver at this fill level. So with this trailer, it will be at 74% after 2 unloading cycles. And so I set this to 60%, which means after the second unloading procedure, he will go to the unload destination restaurant. Okay, let's just look at this here again. He's waiting for the combine to drive away, and after a few seconds he's going back to the parking position. There it is, going to parking. Okay, so this one is also almost full. Let's just switch to the driver over here. So he's waiting for the combine. And this is currently, I think, the combine over here, which is at 94%. So let's just wait for it to fill up. And at this moment he should switch his status to drive to combine and try to calculate a way over there, which avoids any fruit. So 98 and 100. Not completely full, but now he's full. And now he should be, yeah, calling this driver, and he's going to drive to the combine. Okay, you can see here he's really trying to avoid the fruit, so he's actively going in another direction. And he's going to find its way to the combine. Okay, this one is already at 57% again. So as I said, if this driver here will unload again, he's going to be at 74%, which is higher than the 60% that I set, so he's going to unload at the restaurant. Otherwise you can also set this, for example, to 100%, so it will only unload if the trailer is actually 100% full. Okay. And as you can see here, you can have all these drivers active without any issue on the FPS or on the game becomes laggy or anything else. But there's no problem. I currently have four combines active with helpers and 4 unload drivers with the AUTODRIVE mod. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to show you, and if there are any questions, feel free to ask them here in the YouTube comment section, or if you have any suggestions or bug reports, please fill in an issue on the GitHub repository, which is linked in the description below. Well, see you in the next video and have fun.